Welcome to the Motivational Mastermind. Phil DeFontenay here. In this episode, we'll go over the reason why our expectations don't match what we really want. We'll also learn to overcome this and gain more freedom to create what we really desire. The aim of this podcast is to motivate, inspire, and empower you to joyfully live your life with passion, enthusiasm, and love, and to connect with your true nature to be the best that you can be. Okay, it's time for the motivational magnifier. You say them from your heart with total conviction and feeling. Doing this will magnify any positive actions you take in your life. Say them over and over, even if you don't believe them at first. This will help you stay on track and motivated. If you can, always say them out loud. Try to do this with your eyes closed. This will help you focus easier on your heart center. If you're driving, you should do this later when you get home. Now let me emphasize this. Make sure you say these magnifiers from your heart center and visualize them as if they're coming from deep within you, from your core, the real you. Really feel them there. They'll have a lot more impact than if you just do this by thinking them. It may be difficult at first, but just keep putting your attention back in your heart center, and it'll get easier and easier. It's totally worth it. Now, put your right hand on your heart, keep your attention focused there, and repeat after me, silently or out loud. I'm creating the perfect life for me. I am 100% responsible for my own destiny. I can create my future exactly as I want it to be. I am happy and filled with positive energy. I am creating unlimited success in my life. Every day, in every way, I expect to be better, better, and better. I believe in myself. Great. How was it? Keep listening to this often during the day and believe you'll achieve everything you want in life. The only way to fail in your life is to give up. Motivational Mastermind. Can you really get what you expect? I don't think that there is anyone who doesn't want a happy, fulfilling life. If that's the case, why do so few of us achieve that? Most people work hard for their entire lives, and yet after they retire, they have very little to show for it. Yes, they may have material possessions, but is that all people really want? Now, before we start to blame external organizations or events, we should perhaps consider it an error in thinking, an error in our minds. We have some idea about what we want, but do we really believe we can achieve it? I mean, deep down, do we really expect it to happen? It's interesting to note that what you want and what you expect are more often than not completely different. Like, I want to get a better job so I can spend more time with the kids. But this little voice in the back of your mind pipes up and starts giving you all kinds of reasons why it's not possible. So you don't expect you can achieve this goal. It's these expectations that drive us or hold us back. Expectations are beliefs about whether or not we're going to get what we want. The most important thing we must understand here is that our actions are usually based on what we expect, not on what we want. How many times do we really want something, but this little voice just keeps popping up and saying, "That's impossible," or "That'll never happen," or some other limiting idea? It's no wonder we can't seem to get ahead or feel the whole universe is conspiring against us. But it's because we don't believe or expect we can achieve it. We may feel deep inside ourselves that we're not really worthy, or maybe we've failed miserably trying to achieve our goal in the past, that we just know it isn't possible. It's like having two minds that always contradict each other, right? On the one hand, we really want to start that new business, and on the other, we just know we won't be able to do it, or the economy is bad, so it'll fail anyway. We're our own worst enemies. It's an error in our thinking, our judgment. I've witnessed many people who said they really wanted to change their lives, but didn't really believe they could do it. They gave up on things they wanted without even trying. Why do we do this? It's because our minds are hardwired to constantly predict what we think is likely to happen before it ever occurs. It's an inherent survival instinct that's no doubt saved us many, many times in the past. As soon as you start to anticipate what'll happen, you begin to act and feel in certain ways. This helps you prepare for the worst. When you start to prepare for something that hasn't even happened yet, you're actually creating the outcome. You create the very thing that you're expecting. The mind is designed for survival. It'll help you get what you hold in your mind. The dominant thought is considered most important. We get stuck because we automatically use the past to predict the future. We failed before, so it fits that we could fail again. This causes us to be sad, disappointed, or depressed. We're stopping ourselves, and if we don't change it, we'll never have the success we want. Okay, how do we fix this thing? I'm glad you asked. We need to use our conscious minds to override this automatic thinking and plan a different result. Try this simple 3-step method to change your outcomes. This is from a psychologist called Janice Vilhauer. It's very simple, but highly effective. Take your time to do this well. It'll be well worth your time. I'll put Janice's video in the resources section of the show notes. I'll also include links to her awesome book. Think of some goal you're trying to achieve. It could be going for a new job, starting a business, or anything else. Step number 1, ask yourself, how is what I'm expecting making me feel? If you're expecting something positive to happen, then you're going to be feeling really good about it, and you can stop right there. No need to fix positive emotions. But if you're expecting something you don't want, then you're going to be feeling some negative emotion like anxiety, fear, dread, overwhelm, etc. And those are all signs that you have some negative expectations about that situation. Step number 2, ask yourself, what would I like to have happen instead? What this question identifies is what you really do want in this situation. What you want is usually the very thing that you're not expecting. Take your time with this so you make it crystal clear for yourself. Step number 3, ask yourself, what do I need to do to make what I want happen. When you have a negative expectation about some future event, it's because you're focused on all the things that could go wrong, why it's not going to work out for you. You're not generating thoughts and ideas about how to make it go right. When you see a plan laid out in front of you for how to get what you want, your assessment of the situation starts to change. You begin to see the possibility. This is where the shift happens. Every successful action that you take towards that plan starts to change your expectations. And that's all there is to it. I told you it was simple, right? You can use this method for any area in your life that's stuck and unstick it. But please, don't underestimate this technique. It works well. I use it often. Just put some time into it and take an honest look. It'll help you increase your motivation towards achieving your goals. Okay, that's the end of the show today. I hope you're feeling on track and motivated. If you liked what we went over in today's episode, please share it with others. They'll appreciate it. To find links or recommendations mentioned in this podcast, please visit the site at motivationalmasterminds.com. I hope you'll come and join me here every week. This is Phil DeFontenay. See you later. Stay motivated.